Failure is a part of success. Losing is a part of winning. Remember that God didn't give up on you, so you can't possibly give up on yourself. You don't actually lose or fail in life until you quit. Once you actually give up, that's when you've lost. If you want it as bad as you say you do, if you want it as bad as you tell everybody else you want it, if you want it as bad as you keep telling yourself you want it, then you'll go out and you'll prove it. You won't prove it to your friends, you won't prove it to your family, you won't prove it to your co-workers or whoever, you're gonna prove it to yourself. In life, you've gotta endure when it's time to endure. You gotta enjoy life when it's time to enjoy life. You can't skip through the steps. You can't go from here to here. You gotta go through the whole process. You can't skip that part of hurting, that part of really going through it, and not knowing how you're gonna make it through to that next step. You can't skip that part. That's an issue with a lot of people. People wanna skip steps. People wanna take shortcuts. People wanna get to the top without hurting. People wanna win without losing. I've had to realize that all the times that I've fallen short in life, the times that I've taken losses, the times that I thought that I was failing, it wasn't because I was stupid or because I made a bad decision or because I was hard-headed, or even in my head sometimes I think I'm going against God's will. Like, hey, maybe this ain't what God wanted for me. No, it's simply just a part of life. If you can't ever get comfortable being uncomfortable, then you'll never actually experience that greatness that you're destined and that you're determined to become. You'll never become that great person, that great athlete, that great musician, that great actor, actress, whatever it is that you're pursuing in your life. You'll never maximize your full potential if you don't get used to being comfortable, being uncomfortable. We often get disappointed when people borrow money from us and they don't pay us back, or we get disappointed when we order food a certain way and we get it and it's not what we paid for, or we often get disappointed when somebody gives us the word and they don't follow through with it. But you got to remember this: when you look at yourself in that mirror and you make these promises to yourself, and you're telling yourself what you can and you can't do, and you're telling yourself what you're capable of and what you're gonna go do, you're letting yourself down every time you make up an excuse. Every time you don't have enough time, every time you're too busy, every time you don't do what you gotta do, or you keep telling yourself, hey, I'll start this day, or you know what, I'll just wait till Monday and that's when I get started. Every time you do that, you're hurting yourself. That you're letting yourself down. You can lie to your friends, you can keep lying to your family members, you can lie to your co-workers, your significant other, whoever it may be in your life. You can lie to everybody, but you can't lie to God and you can't lie to yourself. The quicker we can understand that we've got to be honest with ourselves and be honest with our goals and our expectations of ourselves, the easier it'll become to get to that success. Because once you understand what you're capable of and you hold yourself to a certain standard, you can start working your butt off to get to that point. There's so many talented people in this world who just don't ever make it. There's so many talented people in the graveyard and sitting behind jail cells. Why wouldn't you take a chance on yourself? What if I was to tell you, just listen, what if I was to tell you that whatever you're going through right now, think about your current situation, no matter who you are, no matter where you're at in the world at the point of view in this video. What if I was to tell you that no matter what you're going through right now, if you continue to endure that pain, if you just stay strong for a little bit longer, if you don't quit, if you don't give up, at the other end of this, you'll reach all of your goals and then some. You'll be bigger and better than whatever you imagine or thought possible for yourself. You're gonna outdo that. Whether that be in terms of money, success, fame, fortune, a career, whatever it may be that you prayed for and that you thought you were so destined to achieve. What if I told you that, hey, if you just keep working hard and you don't give up, you don't quit believing in yourself, you keep taking a chance on yourself, keep taking risks. What if I told you at the other end of this, you'd be that great? Would you quit then? Money doesn't care about your problems. Money doesn't care about your excuses. You can say those for your lazy friends and those lazy people in your life. Those excuses are for people who don't want to make it in life. Those excuses for those people who don't want to be anything in life. There are so many billionaires who started off adopted or homeless. There's so many millionaires who come from nothing, who are either incarcerated or in very bad situations and they become successful. There are people with no arms, no legs, people who are severely limited on their movement and their access to the world, and they're still successful. There are even people who are half your age right now, no matter how old you are. There are people who are half your age who are richer than you are right now. What's your excuse? Do something with your life. Please, I'm begging you to do something with your life. You have to understand that the age and the demographic of my channel is majority of the people who watch me are between the ages of 18 and 24 years old. What that means is at this point in your life, you're pretty much forced to think about your future, your success goals, what you want out of life, your career, everything that you want to do moving forward. Because you're at that pivotal age where you're kind of trying to figure out who you are and what you want to do in your life. There are so many companies like Walmart, like Target, like McDonald's, and it's not uncommon to go in there and see people in their 60s, 70s, or even 80s working there, serving you, or ready to help you. slaving for minimal to low wages. I'm sure if you'd ask those people when they're between the ages of 18 and 24 where they be at that point in their life, I'm pretty sure most, if not all of them, would tell you probably not where they are right now. I'm pretty sure a lot of them probably destined to have bigger dreams for themselves, and life happened and they ended up in the position that they're in. Money doesn't care. People don't choose poverty, you're born into it. A lot of times you're born into poverty or poor situations. You don't choose to be poor. You don't choose to live in poverty. How you continue to live your life and the choices and decisions that you make and how hard you're willing to work to rather either stay in that poverty situation or to get out of it, that's solely dependent upon you. As a child, having parents who may be slaving for minimum wages at such an older age, you should be embarrassed. You should literally be embarrassed because you should want more out of you for your family. You should want more for the people who've pretty much given you their entire lives, who've given you everything they could to make sure that you have a healthy, happy, and productive life. You should want more for them. I recently closed on a $400,000 home for my mother, but if you think I'm okay and content with that, then you're crazy. I'm still thinking and dreaming of $1 million, $2 million, $3 million homes. No matter where you get in your life, no matter where we go, you should always be wanting and striving for more. No matter who you are, no matter how successful you are, no matter how big you are, no matter how great you are, you should always be wanting more. The minute we stop wanting more, the minute we stop growing, the minute we stop learning in life, you're pretty much dead. Making money nowadays is so much easier than it's ever been before, especially in this digital age where you can make hundreds of thousands, say millions of dollars all from home, all from using a computer, a phone, a laptop, or a tablet. You have so many resources at your hands. What is your excuse? What are you waiting on? You don't have Wi-Fi. Oh, well, you know what? There's a local Starbucks or McDonald's or Subway in your city. Go stop there, use that Wi-Fi. Oh, I don't have a computer. You have a phone? I don't have a phone, you got a tablet. You have resources. Stop making excuses. Stop telling yourself that you don't have the resources to be great. You do. All of us possess the resources to be great. This is up to us to utilize those tools and make sure that we make ourselves successful and great. Poor people can't help poor people. If you're poor, if you broke, if you down bad, you can't help somebody else out of their situation until you fully help yourself. So stop looking around at the world and stop trying to tell everybody else what they should be doing before you actually fix and analyze yourself and you pull yourself out of that situation. Because always remember, until you pull yourself out of a situation, you can't help anybody else. I can't see you walking down the street and tell you that you need to get a car or help you get a car or get finance for a vehicle when I'm riding the bus myself. Simply put, we just have to stop selling for less. We have to stop making excuses. Even if you work a 9 to 5, stop telling yourself that I don't have enough time or I'm too busy. You work a 9 to 5, yes, you just work 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day. Guess what? You're getting off at a decent time. You can still go grind. You can still go get it. But it's your choice. It's your decision. Nowadays, the issue with the world is simply we have all these resources. We have all these different ways to make money. So what's the problem? Why are people still not making money? You're lazy. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're lazy. When you talk to your friends on the phone, or when you're watching TV, you're sitting around watching your Netflix, or when you're chilling, or when you're hanging out with your people at the bar, at the club, whatever, just doing your thing, you always have a lot of energy. You always feel good. You know why? Because those are things that you enjoy. But when it comes to doing things such as business, our energy is always low. You know why? It's because we don't want to do it. You have to force yourself to fall in love with things. You have to force yourself to enjoy things because you know the possible outcome of it. Even if you hate baking cookies for 5 hours after you get off of work, after working your 9 to 5, and you don't feel like going home to bake cookies, do it anyways because you have to understand that, hey, I might not love this, but I have aspirations of being a big time baker, and maybe right now it's not fun. The possible process of making money is fun. So then you have to just focus and narrow your focus on that. Hey, you know what? Hey, I've been working all day. I don't feel like baking these cookies, but you know what? I do feel like making some money. So let me focus on that and let me put all of my effort, energy, and focus on that so that I can still be great and I can make this money. Like I said, I know majority of this demographic is between the ages of 18 and 24. So much to live for, so much life to live. Even if you're between the ages of 25 and 32 on my channel, still so much time to figure things out and to get to where you want to be. Stop making excuses. Start believing in yourself. Start taking chances on yourself. What point do you start viewing yourself as a great person and the great talent that you are, and you stop depending and relying on others or just waiting for it to happen? Newsflash, if you're waiting for it to happen, it ain't never happen.